Newman University can be traced back to the Great Depression years of the 1930s and the first provincial of the Wichita adorers of the blood of Christ, Beata Nettemeyer. Now, despite very limited facilities and no finances, Nettemeyer saw a need and collaborated with Monsignor Leon McNeil and the Diocese of Wichita to open a junior college to educate sisters and laywomen to become teachers and develop in them strong Christian character. Over the years, that pioneering spirit of the adorers has been at the heart of Newman University. Today, there is a statue on campus depicting adorer foundress Saint Maria de Matias, encouraging a young woman to look forward and imagine her future. To this day, looking forward, filling needs, and empowering individuals to see beyond themselves to make a difference in society, that is the mission of Newman University.
Cardinal Newman, our sponsor, said, "To grow is to change, and to become perfect is to have changed often." I'm not sure Newman is perfect yet, but we have changed often and we continue to change to meet the need.
The result is an education that is as challenging and enriching as it is demanding. You could say Newman University has a unique formula that cultivates success. It's faculty who dedicate themselves to helping students find their path in life. It's students who embrace their educational journey. And it's a culture that inspires and expands the educational experience beyond the classroom.
There's some kind of special chemistry that happens here, and part of it is that it is a smaller school, but it has a great reputation, some wonderful professors and teachers, and I think it's that unique one-on-one opportunity. We always wanted them to be well-rounded, to step out of their own little worlds, and they have a lot of that opportunity here.
The thing that has really set Newman apart from me is the fact that the faculty care so much, and I didn't know that coming in.
A lot of my friends went to the bigger universities, so K-State, KU, and their experiences are so much different. You know, I'll be talking about my professor, like, you know, I went and talked to Dr. Bradley today about this question I had in biology, and they're like, "Blair, we can't even find our professors. Like, we don't even know who they are. And if we can find them, then you can't understand them."
But if I'm the surgeon, I'm going to turn the bad.
If I get into the grad schools that I want to, if I get to go to the places that I want to go, it's all going to be because, you know, someone was willing to have that conversation with me in the office. They had time to have that conversation with me. They cared enough to keep having that conversation when I was unsure. So, yeah, Newman has given me a lot.
So what our faculty does best is help every one of our students find their best future. The faculty help the kids identify where their passions are, and then we prepare them very well.
Helping students navigate their future is a hallmark of our experience, and families feel confidence in their investment in Newman. 94% of our students are either employed or in graduate schools within 12 months of commencement. The university can trumpet successful outcomes across the board, but has particularly impressive results in pre-professional programs. Dr. Bart Growlinger, a neurologist and 2015 Best Doctor in Wichita honoree, is a Newman grad and a current board member.
There is no doubt that every physician in town has earned his degree. Very bright individuals, type A, very capable. But if you look at the Newman graduates in town, they're the physician leaders. They're the ones, they're the chairmen, they're on boards.
Why is that so? Well, he credits the Newman experience with its focus on community service and its practice of encouraging students to look outside themselves. Of course, for future doctors, the first step is selecting and getting into the right med school.
And so I owe my going to medical school to Newman University.
160 others could say the same. Newman's pre-med program has averaged a 95% success rate to medical school over the past 15 years. The 2016 Newman class had 100% of its interviewees get accepted to the KU Medical School's Early Admit program. Dean of the KU School of Medicine, Wichita, Dr. Gerald Menz.
We certainly hope that we continue to see this good stream of Newman graduates coming in who, I think in general, carry both the knowledge and understanding of science as well as the understanding of humanity. And I think they make excellent medical students, and I think they're making excellent graduates.
Aside from its pre-med students, Newman plays a major role for the University of Kansas Medical School, Wichita. When KU decided to offer a 4-year local option rather than sending all of its students to Kansas City, it went looking for resources. KU found its anatomy lab and faculty already at Newman.
It's a unique public-private partnership in my understanding. I don't know another school like us that's connected to a medical school in the way we are.
They were very gracious in letting us use both their lab and letting us use their faculty. Of course, we compensated them for the faculty's time, but that really saved us because nowadays finding anatomy professors is not easy. There's not as many as there used to be. So it really worked well, and we were very grateful for the services they've allowed us to obtain from them. So it's great success.
Meeting the medical needs of the community is something that drives the university. Dr. Jody Galatia is known around the world as a pioneer in cardiac care. When he saw a need for sonographers, he reached out to Newman.
Well, we found that in our community there was no training program in sonography. That would include echocardiography, abdominal sonography, entire spectrum. And Newman was kind enough and insightful enough to agree with us and say, yes, we'll do this program. It's been very valuable because we've trained a lot of people who then go into the community, have a good job, provide a great service, and help our local hospitals and physicians. I think that the university can be very proud of those people that have gone through the program and are now practicing.
Newman has many reasons to be proud of its graduates. In nursing and health sciences, the school is second to none in Kansas, from the top pass rates on license exams to job placements that approach 100%, and it's not by accident.
Over the years, we've watched the complexity of healthcare and patient needs increase, and so we've known that nurses need to be able to address that complexity and be able to respond to the complexity. In nursing, we're constantly communicating with our practice partners. Our goal is to put nurses into practice, and we need to know what do they need.
This collaborative pursuit has always been part of Newman's approach, and the results are highly skilled young nurses who are ready to serve.
And for us, we find that our students, when they're approaching graduation, are sought out by the healthcare employers in the area.
Number one, they hit the clinical floor. They arrive professionally prepared, and you can tell that they're willing to do. They're not waiting for you to tell them what to do. They're asking questions, they're involved.
This year, all of our seniors had jobs before they graduated, except one. One took a job 2 weeks after graduation.
Well, I've had the great opportunity to get to know some of the Newman grads, some at the staff level in nursing or the radiation technologists or others. And a number of them have risen to significant leadership roles here at Via Christi.
Thanks to a clinical-based education, Newman grads bring to the workplace a special understanding of what it means to really care for others. And it means you and your loved ones will notice a difference when a Newman alumnus is part of your medical care.
Newman University is a life-giving institution because it treats the whole person.
And they bring a really important understanding of how healthcare is truly a ministry of the Catholic Church, and that liberal arts-based, holistic way of looking at learning, but also of understanding the patient.
In addition to producing outstanding nurses, certified registered nurse anesthetists, doctors, and a wide variety of medical professionals, Newman students have found success in graduate programs at prestigious schools throughout the country. 2014 grad Elizabeth Puchin is currently at Notre Dame pursuing a PhD in analytical chemistry.
Coming from high school to college, I did not feel prepared. However, coming from Newman to Notre Dame, I did feel prepared. Actually more prepared than a lot of my classmates. My research advisor, Dr. Norm DeVicki, had actually heard of Newman before, which I don't know how he'd heard of it, but that's always a good sign. And since then, he's made comments about how he's impressed with how Newman prepared me to be able to research my first year without having for him or someone else to come alongside and teach me. And so he really liked the self-initiative that Newman has taught every student.
Indeed, the Newman experience does set students apart, but there is something missing. Something that is holding the university back from empowering its students to achieve even greater success. Simply, Newman is missing facilities which reflect the world-class quality of its programs.
I honestly am shocked at how we can recruit good students with the science building that we've got. I think that speaks to the teaching and the learning atmosphere.
When I interview new faculty, I never say, see what a neat building you're going to be in. And I'm sure you'll appreciate that there will be no windows in your office. What we don't have are class laboratories with adequate ventilation, laboratories with adequate, really simple things like electrical and plumbing capabilities that meet the needs of individual students.
I think when you get into the upper level division courses, it's noticeable that we don't have the same opportunities that students that go to bigger universities with maybe nicer buildings do. I don't know what kind of long-term impact that has, but yeah, it's definitely noticeable that our building isn't the best.
I don't think there's any doubt that the environment in which you learn has a major impact on how well you learn and what you learn. And that even extends to the buildings that you're in.
The need is clear. The time to address it is now. Introducing the Bishop Gerber Science Center, a two-story, 51,000 square foot state-of-the-art science building with specialized equipment and the latest lab and classroom technology. The project also includes renovations to Eck Hall, improving nursing and health sciences labs and classrooms. Both efforts will ensure the school's facilities will match and enhance the quality of the Newman experience.
It's wonderful for all those students who can take advantage of the new technology in teaching and learning.
Science is developing so quickly, evolving so quickly, that not having this opportunity, not having this facility and the equipment and the technology that would be there would be setting Newman behind.
Well, I think the campus is always important. A bright, sparkling new campus not only attracts students, but it makes a statement to the community that this is a program, this is an institution that is growing.
I believe a new state-of-the-art facility will have a really important impact. I believe the impact is going to be to enable the full potential of a great faculty with engaged students in a great program, and you add the great facility to it, and I think it's going to take off again to a new level.
There is no doubt that the new science building and health sciences renovations should all have a major impact, but the impact will be on all students, not just science majors.
I became a lawyer, and as I look back on the science classes that I had at Newman, and I had several, they have been very valuable to me over the years in my career as a lawyer.
I am excited about it. I think it shows that Newman is alive and vibrant and growing and looking to the future.
The building will not only benefit future Newman students, it will honor Eugene J. Gerber, Bishop Emeritus of the Catholic Diocese of Wichita, a man who has played an important role in the diocese, the Wichita community, and at Newman University.
I think it's a very powerful message and a good one. I'm happy that Newman is doing that.
Yeah, and I know he was very reluctant to allow his name to be used because he doesn't want any monuments to himself. But he's that kind of person who wants what's good for the church.
I think that many people will be thankful that we are acknowledging his contributions that he has made throughout his whole lifetime in this diocese.
Of course, to become a reality, the Bishop Gerber Science Center requires the support of many. That's why we invite you to be a part of Facing Forward, a campaign for Newman University and our community.
Facing Forward was a deliberate choice for the title for the campaign because in so many ways, the sisters have always faced forward. They've always, where there's a need, They've sought to fill it.
Facing Forward is just one opportunity that I can lend my voice of support and encouragement so that Newman will continue to respond to the needs of our times. I'm happy to be a cheerleader and a supporter of Facing Forward and really all that Newman University hopes to accomplish.
The campaign will fund Newman's bright future, including the new science building and renovations to Eck Hall, plus scholarships for students through the Newman Fund and endowments for our future sustainability. And thanks to the generosity of many, the campaign is well on its way to reaching its goals. However, the funding efforts are entering the final and critical stretch.
It truly has been a journey. There have been many, many prayers said for the development of this whole building.
One of the prayers recited over and over again by many involved in these efforts is one that has been prayed by the adorers for decades upon decades.
Providence of God. Providence of the eternal, almighty, and merciful God.
Providence that has provided, still provides, and always will provide.
Provide also for us, most holy and triune God, in all our common and private necessities.
So I believe, so I hope, so shall it always be.
May your holy will be done in everything. Amen.
There is no question that the providence of God has played a role in the campaign to date, and it's with confidence we trust this campaign will finish strong for our students.
I believe we owe it to them to provide them the tools in order to compete in not only today's environment, but the environment of 20, 25, 30 years from now and beyond.
Newman has it over other universities because it has a student body that is the right size for relating with students and with each other, for informing a communion of people that may be of different faiths, but nevertheless, they recognize that they're responsible to each other. And now it's time to hold it up and say, look at what we have.
There is excitement about the prospect of new facilities. St. Maria challenges us to peer ahead and to follow the prompting of the providence of God. We urge you to take an active role in shaping the future of Newman University.